Hi, I'm Sandy Sandler, the creator of the Bowdabra Bow Maker, and I'm really excited to be here today. And I have Joette with me, and we're going to do some real fun stuff. I'm going to make a hair bow, and then Joette is going to make a big rag bow, and then I'm going to make another bow, and then Joette's going to make a cemetery saddle. So I'm going to just get started. And let's see what we have here. So I'm going to start with my Bowdabra bow wire. And I'm going to just fold it in half and lay it down into my mini Bowdabra. And I'm just going to tuck the ends underneath. So I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to take the center and I'm just going to put that down in here. Then I'm going to I'm going to take the right side of the ribbon. We're going to put that down into the Bowdabra. So we have a loop here. And I'm going to bring across over here. And I'm going to take, again, the right side of the ribbon. And I'm going to scrunch it down. And I'm going to do like a little mountain in the middle. And then I'm going to take, hi, Shirley. And I'm going to do a mountain up. So all I'm doing here is making a little mountain in the middle. The reason that I do this is because that way you don't have to sew. Hi, Pamela from Orlando and Shirley from Ohio. And I'm gonna just now take a little mountain here and scrunch that down. Now what's cool is I have exactly the right size loops here. So all I'm going to do is take my wire, and this is how you make a boutique bow. And you can make it bigger in the regular Bowdabra, and we have Donna and we have Joy. Thanks you guys so much for joining me. I'm so excited that you're here with us. And I'm just going to tie a knot. That's what I love about the Bowdabra bow wire. And we're just going to loop this out. And I can tie this onto a clip or I can tie it onto a ponytail holder. So it's super, super simple. Thanks you guys so much. And now we're going to go over to Joette. And Joette's going to show us how to make a rag bow. And we're going from little tiny hair bow to big rag bow.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I am going to make a rag bow and I'm also going to be using some wired ribbon. We're going to mix it up and we are going to start out with one of these grass skirts from Dollar Tree in the luau aisle, and that is cut in half. And well, you know what, we need to place some Bowdabra bow wire in first. So we're going to get a length of Bowdabra bow wire, fold it in half, place it down in the middle of the chambers. Tuck it underneath, out of the way, and let's try this again. Just stretch it out so it's not tangled. And we
That's a
have
really
some,
cute idea to use the Dollar Tree skirt. I had no idea that that's what you used.
yeah. And then we're taking some of these Dollar Tree uh, quilting strips. And we're
Oh,
going to,
Kathy, thank you for saying that you love Joette's saddle bows. She's so amazing, and we're going to make a cemetery saddle in just a little bit.
oh, thank you. All right. So I've got a couple of tails in of this quilting strip, Dollar Tree quilting strip. These are the whole ones. I'm going to take the other half of this grass skirt and I'm going to place some more tails in.
Only you would decide to use a
Uh,
grass skirt in a rag bow. In a million years, I wouldn't think of that.
you can use raffia, lace, you can, but this is more of a fabric, so I decided to use that. And it gives you some tails really fast. You don't have to cut every little piece up. All right, so these are my tails and they're mixed in so they'll layer better. Now I'm going to take just a neutral fabric uh, ribbon, and this is Morex Amelia, and I'm just going to make a funky bow at the top. I'm going to twist and fold, have one loop, two tails on each side, and just go back and forth. They've already been pre-dovetailed, or you could use pinking shears and make them match your fabric if the fabric is not frayed. Some of them are done with pinking shears. Well, now I'm going to just continue making loops. This is one of the quilting strips cut in half and fold and twist. Make
And
these
that's what's
little.
really cool is you can use pretty much anything in the Bowdabra, any fabric or ribbon or anything. And I just want to say hi to Carolyn, Teresa, and Edna. And I'm noticing, and Melissa and Shirley, and I'm noticing that everybody is saying they want to win. And I just want to remind everybody that we will pick a winner at the end of the live, which will be in, like about 20 minutes or so. And the winner will win a roll of our Bowdabra scrunchie ribbon.
All right, so what I'm doing is I'm taking some burlap now. This is giving some stiffness in between the layers of the fabric because it's not stiff. And you do kind of want it floppy, but this will give it some dimension and it'll you can form it better. So this is 2.5 inch wide burlap, and my last little piece is going to be another half of a quilting strip. And finish off this funky bow. And if I had a brooch or something, or it depends on the style, if it was more lacy, I would put a brooch in it. But instead, I'm going to take a piece of this Chicago ribbon that's Sandy, you tell them about this ribbon, and I'm going to scrunchy style it into the center.
It's a great ribbon because it's basically
Oh,
made out of sequin remnant. It used to be really inexpensive. It isn't as inexpensive anymore, but it's a very fun ribbon and it's really stiff, so it holds its shape very well.
all right. Well, I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, slip knot, pull everything tight while it's down in the Bowdabra, remove it, and keep pulling it tight.
Oh, Gail, hi Gail from Texas, you said? Camp, Texas? Cool. It's really fun, and we're live right now on YouTube and on Facebook. So definitely say you want to win, and we will pick a winner at the end of the show. Um, and
All
we
right.
have Beverly and Cynthia and Donna, and we have two. Oh no, we have one Beverly and Anne. So everybody, thank you for commenting and saying hi. Joette, that is
Well,
so beautiful.
well, we just want to give it a little fluff and shape. And since it is the fabric, you don't have to do a whole lot. You want to mainly get your wired ribbons fluffed out and those tails just to frame your bow and give it shape. And but there you have it. You have a fast, never made a rag bow this fast, an easy rag bow with Dollar Tree stuff and just a few Bowdabra ribbons, and that's it. Can you see? Is it?
It's very, very pretty.
Oh,
Yeah, that came out really pretty. Thank
and that
you.
okay, they'll see the pictures that when it's posted and see what it looks like all
Right.
fluffed out. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joette. And now we're going to go from Joette's big rag bow, and I'm going to use some scraps and make a small bow. So I'm just going to take some of the ribbon, and I have a lot of ribbon. I'm kind of addicted, but I'm not going to ribbon rehab. So we're going to fold it in half and lay it down in here, and I'm going to use my mini Bowdabra again. And I'm gonna take my scraps, and I've already dovetailed the ends, so we're just gonna lay these down in here, and they all the colors just kind of mix and match. So we're gonna lay this down here, put this one and this one in here, and lay this down. Take this one, and I'm gonna finish it up with my green. Lay that in here. And this is a great way to use up your scrap ribbon, and anybody can make a bow like this. So I'm going to lay that down in there and take my wire and pull it through my slip knot. And Joette had mentioned that she was going to use a brooch in the middle. Well, I'm actually going to use a brooch in the middle. So we're going to bring this up and around and tie it tight. And let's shape these out. And I'm cheating. I should use a glue gun, but I don't have an outlet right where I'm standing, so I'm going to use a Zot, which I use all the time. I'm going to take this really pretty brooch, and it's actually a pendant or a whoopsie daisy. My Zot's so sticky. Take this here. I'm going to take two Zots, put this here, and I'm going to just put that down in the center. And now you have this really pretty little bow that took seconds to make in my mini Bowdabra. So thanks so much, everybody. I love the pretty comments or the comments. Who are the ribbon? Are you asking if the ribbon needs to be wired, Lucy? No, it doesn't. It is easier to shape the ribbon if it's wired, but it definitely doesn't have to be wired. I'm going to put that aside, and Joette's going to come back, and she's going to make a cemetery saddle.
And I'm going to use Bowdabra Bow Wire in this. I'm going to cut a length, place it down in the Bowdabra, tuck the ends underneath, and I am using 17 Dollar Tree bushes and greenery pieces. Well, all bushes. So I'm going to go ahead and use the left and the right side of my large Bowdabra. And I'm starting out with my greenery. And some pieces I fold in half, some I use whole. This one, it's kind of airy. I don't need as much, so I'm going to fold it in half and place it down into the Bowdabra with the other foliage. And now I'm going to start. This is working backwards, y'all. I'm doing the end pieces first, and then I'll work my way into the center. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror each side as I build it. You can make this as long or as short as you want. If you use different flowers like Hobby Lobby flowers, it'll get really big and full. This one I want simple because a lot of times they're so big that they cover up the names on the stones. And I have a lot of people ask me how to make them smaller so that they don't cover everything up. And now I'm taking these little hanging bushes and placing them in on top of these other spiller flowers that I'm using. Filler, spiller, and thrillers. Here's some of my thrillers. So I'm going to go ahead and place my Dollar Tree lilies in on each side. And again, I'm just mirroring everything side to side. I want that to stay up.
So this
I've
could
already
also be you're making a cemetery saddle, but this could also be a door swag or a centerpiece.
centerpiece, or you can take it and place it on a giant wreath
Oh,
instead
that's
of
a great
hot gluing
idea.
everything. Yeah. Okay, so here's another piece that's airy. I don't need as much, so I'm going to bend it in half and just place it down straight into the Bowdabra. And almost done, actually. I've got, let's see, where do we want to pick up? I've got more fillers. I've got some yellow to match to blend it in. So this is another kind of airy thing. I'm going to fold it in
Um,
half.
Joette, Renee just asked, can you make a flower for a cemetery vase?
I have some tutorials up. She's talking about the vase arrangement, and
Yes.
yes, it's you just basically work it on. I'm doing on both sides. I'm trying not to get out of the camera. I'm doing this on both sides, but you would work it on one side, and then I use pool noodles to keep them down in the vase. I've got tutorials coming out real soon because it's that time of year, and I'm just going ahead and documenting and filming as I go out there so you guys can see what I do and give you some tips. All right, this is what I have so far. I'm going to go ahead and tie it up. Everything's in there. Use that Bowdabra bow wire.
Yeah,
That slip knot.
Renee, you asked about this. Definitely follow Joe Lutrick on Facebook because she comes up and does reels all the time of projects that she's making.
Yeah, I do. I post them and I just, they're shorter versions, but then the longer versions will be out eventually too, or they probably are if
And
I'm already making a reel.
Edna's, I'm bugging you again. Edna says she needs ideas for markers, not the headstone.
Oh, and I made some recently, and let me fluff this out. And so, what I'm doing, I'm pulling out the greenery because you want to frame the outside in, but you do want to probably fluff it again once you get to the cemetery. But I'm just pulling everything around, And so now that I have all the flowers kind of mixed in, we want to just, you want to bend, pull, and shape. These are on wires, they're not going to hurt. So just bend them, shape them, manipulate them, pull them till there's no holes in any of the areas, and also that you don't have
Okay,
let me,
Carolyn asked, how do you get your bigger flowers to stay up? I've tried and it keeps falling.
okay,
And Beverly
see what
says
I,
beautiful.
thank you. Watch this. Can you see me? It's, here's one of the bigger ones. You bend them, bend, fold, manipulate them, because you're shaping them. They're not going to break. Uh, it just, other than the head might come off if you grab them the wrong way, if you don't glue them on. I'm just bending them. See, just shape them. They may fall over while you're building it, but that's all right. When you get done with it, you just bend it where you want it. Pull that greenery around and just give everything a good fluffing, and you have this. And then to put it on the saddle, you have,
So you're not using any ribbon, you're just using the flowers.
no, I can, but I didn't this time. But you're going to attach it. Let me show you how to do that. Can't go very far. I've got my leash on. Got my microphone on. This is one I've already attached. You'll take, when you lay it flat across the bars, you take a zip tie. You can use the first layer with the Bowdabra bow wire to get it still so you can flip it over, but you go in through a good piece of the, the arrangement, and you thread your zip tie through, and you just pull it real tight and it will not go anywhere. But I also have another hack. If you have like Edna was asking, a lot of people don't have a way to put these out if they have a headstone. Well, I've been using these upside down. I'm using a stainless steel towel hooks. They stick on, they're waterproof, and you don't even need the saddle frame. You can just run your Bowdabra bow wire or zip ties through the center and hook this on each side of this headstone, or you can make a smaller version and stick it to the marker and just like a mini swag and attach it to that. And you can use one or two and it will not go anywhere. Trust me. I've been doing it now for a while,
Okay,
testing it out for you
now
guys.
Patty asked, what about a heart headstone? Would this work?
Yes, but what I just showed you, you would use the towel hook, the stainless steel waterproof towel hook, and it's you use it upside down so that the the zip tie or the Bowdabra bow wire does not come loose. I've used both, and both of them are weatherproof, and they will stay until you go back. I promise. But this catches it, so you'd put one on each side of the stone, and then take your wires or whatever you're using and go through the flowers and uh, through the center of it so they don't show, and then tie this up real tight, and it will stay till you go get it. Weather and
Okay,
everything is.
that's a great tip. And Edna says it's a great idea, so thank you.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome. Thank y'all.
okay,
Got
now
a
we're gonna go. Oh, go ahead, Joette.
we've got a bunch more coming out, tutorials on this, so just be watching. You'll see some here pretty soon.
Okay, something just happened with my. Okay, you guys can hear me. Can they hear me? Okay.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, perfect. Um, all right, so now this is our Bowdabra scrunchy ribbon. So I'm going to try to find my flowers under here, and I'm just going to take a piece, and I'm going to grab my Bowdabra bow wire. And the nice thing about the scrunchy ribbon is you can make a traditional bow with it. You can't buy anything like it except from Bowdabra, and I just love it. And so I'm going to take my wire, and you can make a traditional bow with that. And what I love is I can just scrunch it up and it gives it kind of a really cool um, texture. So I'm just going to fold it back over. And this is what we're giving away tonight to one winner. And I'll just pull this in here. So you have that. But then what's cool with the scrunchy ribbon is I can take my piece here and just scrunch that in. And if you're, definitely let us know where you're from. And if you win tonight, we'll be picking the winner in just a little bit. And I'll separate the ends. Then you can pick whether you want the gold, the red, or the silver. And actually, I'm going to just twist this. And you have a really fun, this is great for birthday presents. The scrunchie ribbon also makes wonderful ornaments. So I'm going to put that aside. And now we're going to make a nice doorbell. So we'll put that and this aside. And I'm going to grab... I've got Crystal from Maryland and Cynthia from Georgia. Cool. Thank you guys so much for commenting and joining me. And if you're watching the replay, please put replay and we'll definitely watch. And if you're watching on YouTube, I do go and check all of the comments and reply to them personally. So now I'm just going to take my, this is a 21 inch and I probably got about a yard and a half of the mesh. And all I'm going to do is make a scrunchy bow and just scrunch this down. Whoopsie daisy, my wire is loose. So I'm going to tuck my wire underneath and bring this centered and just scrunch this all in. And Patty's on the live. Cool, Patty. Everybody, thank you. And now what I'll do is take my tails. We're just going to lay our tails down into the Bowdabra. And I have another tail here. And I love this gingham check ribbon. It's just so bright and cheery. And now I'm going to lay my flowers in the center. And this, what I love about this is that you don't have to, let's lay this down here and take these flowers and put them. And here is you don't need to glue or anything. And this is really pretty, even if you just want to put it on a wreath. So now I'm just going to make a loopy bow. We're just going to fold it and fold it back and forth. But I love these light, bright gingham ribbons because they're so spring-like. And scrunch that. And if you're watching the replay, definitely let me know. And I appreciate everybody saying you're on the live because that's cool. And it actually makes it easy for me because then I know when I'm going back at the, looking back at the comments, then I know that I already spoke to you. We're going to fold this back over and bring this back and forth and just twist it. And, I just dropped my earbud. I hope you guys can hear me. Is that working, Tessa? Okay, cool. Does anybody else have that problem in the earbuds that they fall out? Mine fall out all the time. And fold this back over. Oh, you know what I'd love to know? I know a lot of you have had the Bowdabra for a really long time, and some of you are new to us. So if you wouldn't mind commenting and let me know how you heard about the Bowdabra, and do you have a mini Bowdabra, a big Bowdabra, or both of the Bowdabras? So we're just gonna, whoopsie daisy, bring this back over. And this is a little bit of a thinner weight ribbon. We're going to put this back over here and do one more loop. And I'm going to take my flowers and just put those into the middle. And I'll take my wand and give everything a good scrunch. So Beverly has both. And how did you guys hear about Bowdabra? And definitely if you're on the replay, let me know as well. So we're going to just scrunch this down, pull it really tight while it's still in my Bowdabra. So when I pull it out, I'm not struggling. And bring it over And I'm just going to tie a knot, bring it pretty tight. And this, we're going to now shape the loops. And this is a wired ribbon, so it makes it a little bit easier to shape. Bring our green around. And and I want to thank you guys, especially the ones that are always here on Monday nights with me. And I know that because of the time, sometimes we can't do Monday night. Sometimes you can't make it home from work by the time we go live, but I do really appreciate that you watch the replay. So we'll bring this here, bring these around, and bring my tails down. So now you have this beautiful finished door bow swag, or you could even put this onto a wreath. So super, super simple. And I think Shirley has the large found at Hobby Lobby, and Joyce has the large. Everybody, thank you so much for letting me know. So now I'm going to take this, put it aside, and I think we have time. We're going to pick a winner in a minute. And I think we have time for one more bow. So I've got some scrap. So we made a scrap bow earlier, and we're going to make another one in the big Bowdabra versus the mini Bowdabra. So does 10-inch mesh look good making something like this? Yes, it would you just make it a little bit smaller because the 10-inch mesh isn't as wide. So all of your loops and everything just make consistent with the size. So I'm going to now take this tail and put that down in there. I'm going to put this one here. And then I have, this truck here. We'll just lay that in. We'll put these in. And now I have my little eucalyptus. And put those in. And Michelle, this is because, okay, I'm not sure what Michelle is saying because I don't have a full sentence there. Bring this in. I'm going to put my eucalyptus in here. How long are my tails? In this one, they're probably about, I would say around 10 inches, but it doesn't really matter because these are just scraps of ribbon. So I'm not making anything, I'm not worried about the size of them.
Kathy Lewis from YouTube said she got it at a craft store and she's had the regular size for 10 years.
Wow, Kathy. So you've had the Bowdabra for a long time.
And Gail from YouTube said he heard about it from watching Nick and he has the large.
Oh, thank you, Gail, for reminding me because I'm so excited. Nick is actually going to start doing our Bowdabra lives again. So it'll be a mix of me and Nick and Joette. So I'm really excited about that. And so now I'm going to bring this up, pull it through my slip knot, put tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. Yeah, we save all of our scraps. In fact, Joette was visiting me and helping me prepare for a whole bunch of videos that I did. And she literally had to go home with another huge box of scraps because my scraps are really nice. Some of them are like, you definitely would use them again. So we're just gonna bring these around. And these ribbons are wired. So, because a lot of times you get to the end of the roll and you don't really need the ribbon, but if you save it, you can make a beautiful scrap bow. And I think we're just waiting for the winner.
That's what I have a question. Is it me picking or is it
Um,
Tessa? I did
yeah.
either one.
No, actually, go ahead, Tessa, who's the winner tonight? Well, Crystal, you're gonna have to go get a Bowdabra so you can make all these beautiful projects that we make here.
Beverly Baca from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, Beverly Baca, you're our winner. Congratulations. Just PM Bowdabra and let me know whether you want the gold, the silver, or the red crunchy ribbon. Congratulations, and everybody, thank you so much for joining us. It just means the world to me that you take the time and watch our lives or that you watch the replay. So I'll see you again soon. And don't forget, to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook. We do have, like, I think we have 700 how-to videos on YouTube and definitely at bowdabrablog.com. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye, everybody.